Welcome to News with a View, hosted by me, John A. Costa. This is a conservative leaning podcast, but I do take in both sides of an issue. We're doing a live show right now and recording it for presentation later. Just in, Mike Johnson has announced that there is no deal on the shutdown of the government. He announced, and I'm 100% behind the logic being used by Senate Republicans. The idea of allowing open borders again and no border protection goes against everything the American people voted Donald Trump back into office for. His main goal was to end the illegals coming into the United States and to deport the illegals that have committed crimes or are undocumented. For the Democrats to say we will not fund ICE or border protection is equivalent to treason. They refuse to follow our laws. This cannot continue. This lunacy of the left has to end. They have to realize ICE and our immigration policy and our border protection is the utmost political objective of Donald Trump. He promised this, and no laws have changed. They're not enacting anything different in ICE, anything different in anything. It's just a straight across budget vote. And the Democrats have hijacked that and are now holding the American people who fly hostage. They're holding TSA employees hostage and a host of other people all the way down, FEMA, everyone down. This is not just one agency. This is a whole listing of agencies. The Democrats will be called out on this. I want every Democrat who has an ounce of brains to contact their representatives and demand that they accept the budget. Now, President Trump has ordered payment to TSA. Doesn't fix the problem. A budget still has to happen. But this idea that the Democrats will hold this country hostage over this cannot continue. Now, I'm going to fade to black for a second. I'm going to come right back. All right, I'm back. I had to turn on the air conditioning. It's hot up here. The Democrats holding America hostage cannot continue. Schumer and his gang of extremists who want to see an open border, who has vowed to protect criminals and killers. That's his vow. How can this be? We've had, in the last 2 days, killings. New York City, an illegal tossed someone, an 86-year-old veteran, onto the tracks and he was run over by a train. In Chicago, an illegal shoots a young woman in the back and kills her. All these people were stopped years ago and allowed to stay here under Biden. And we can blame Biden, we can blame Biden, and we can blame Biden. But the answer is these people are given sanctuary in cities where the police can't report them to ICE. The police can't even arrest them. They arrest them, no bail, no nothing, and they're out the door. The one that should be arrested and dragged is Soros. This has to stop. The Democrats, this is your biggest failure is coming. Believe me when I tell you that this is not a Republican stopping. This is just a Republican saying we want a budget that's all in there, that has always been all in there. And the language proposed by the Democrats, Schumer, is to defund ICE and to defund border protection, to go back to open borders. We elected Donald Trump to end that. He's the president. We took back the Congresses. The Democrats better understand that come November, they're out, totally out, in huge numbers. This cannot continue. This must not continue. We are not going backwards. We are going forward. Republicans go on a registration campaign. Make sure in any of the close states that the Republicans win. There are states that we know will never win. That's understandable. But even in states like New York, where you saw what margins people won by, and it wasn't a lot, it's not going to take a lot to push those numbers over. New Jersey, it's not going to be hard to push those numbers over. Hopefully, John Fetterman becomes a Republican, or at least an independent. And that way he could totally break away from the Democrats and still stay an arm distance away from the Republicans. I can get that. I can certainly get that. We need Maine, Florida, Texas, Arizona. We have to take all those states. New York would be great. And I think New York's going to elect a Republican governor. And, you know, the Senate there is already, and the legislature is pretty red. So there's a good shot at New York. New Jersey, too. But these Democrats who want to take us back to Biden and Obama, open borders, I can't see how they stand a chance of winning. If there was an election today, they'd lose. There's just no way, and they're not going to be able to get away from this. Johnson is asking to May 22nd for funding. You know what? Uh, we've been down this road. And that's the same tactic that Iran used. Give you a little, take a lot. Give a little, take a lot. Not going to do that. We shouldn't do that. You vote on it. What's the budget year? That's what we vote on. You want to win? You think you're going to win in November? You could change that all again? Come January 2027, have at it. Go for it. But holding the American people hostage is not going to work. And the Senate Republicans stood their ground and said no. Now, this is going to go to another vote on Monday. And it's going to be the same one that's been out there. Full funding. They even gave the Democrats, said, you know, we're going to keep the ICE language the same. You want to hold back, we'll vote on it, and we'll do that separate. And they refused to do it. The Democrats, it's all or nothing, give them nothing. You want to play with the American public? Let me tell you, Trump's going to have a field day on you people, on you Democrats. Because Trump executive ordered it, now he sidestepped you. He sidestepped you. And he can't call an emergency. He can't call it an emergency. You're calling it, Democrats are calling it an emergency. And I'm sorry. People flying around the country, it's not a necessity to living. Airlines, shut yourself down. Airports, walk out. Do whatever you want to do. People don't have to fly. Now, will it affect jobs? Well, that's on the Democrats. Will that affect tourism in Florida? That's on the Democrats. If waiting an extra hour in the airport on TSA is going to ensure that criminals are not going to be flowing over the border and criminal illegals that are here that have committed crimes are leaving, I'll wait the hour, thank you. Just like a defanged Iran, I'll pay the $1.60 more on gas. It's worth it. This has to end. The Democrats, you have fallen on a sword at this point. And I've said before, I liked Chuck Schumer. He's out of his mind now. I don't know what game he thinks he's playing. But he went up against someone that he knows will defeat him. And the Republicans are going to embarrass the Democrats here. Mike Johnson beautifully said it in his announcement that they will not allow the Democrats to hold America hostage or open the borders up and stop deportation. That's not going to happen. And that's not going to happen because America voted to end all that. And that now is going to end. The gloves have been off. Now it's going to come down to bare knuckle fighting. And the Democrats only have themselves to blame. There is no way for the Democrats to explain their way out of this. There is no way. The American public is smart. They see through the Democrats. We're not afraid of being canceled anymore. We're not afraid of you. We're not afraid of your tactics. Shut the whole place down for all I care. I want the border protected. I want illegals tossed out. It's that simple. If you are here with no documentation, I'm sorry that the Democrats lied to you in coming here. They lied. They gave you a false narrative. They gave you a false hope. Those that are here with statuses that are known, not a problem unless you're a criminal. If you're a criminal, did something that it goes up to the criminal level, you're out of here. I said it before. Biden handed Trump 1.6 million people that have to go. And Biden left. He laughed and the Democrats laughed. Now go find them. Go find them. So what does Trump have to do? Has to energize ICE. Because the Democrats hid these people. And they hid them in plain sight. You're going to get yours, Democrats. Believe me. And there are plenty of Democrats that are saying, we can't continue doing this. We're going to lose our seats. We're going to lose whatever grasp we got hold of. Because 4 more seats in the Senate. And we already got the House of Representatives. Any more seats will just be icing on the cake. But 4 more seats in the Senate almost guarantees a rubber stamp. Now, I'm not for a rubber stamp. I don't like that. But there is no bipartisan cooperation with the Democrats. There are none. They want to see America ruined, torn down. It's not their America. Well, it's not their America to begin with. It's our America. Not yours. Ours. And we voted. And you didn't like that vote. Just like we didn't like the vote with Biden. But we did not stoop to what you guys are doing. We knew what Biden was doing. We knew from day one what he was doing. And 4 years later, he's just going to be a footnote in history, just like Harris. Donald Trump is taking over a hostile America because the Democrats made it hostile. Catering to less than 5% of the people has made it hostile. DEI made it hostile. It only included them, didn't include anyone Republican. No inclusion for them. And the Democrats' idea is equity is taking what I have and giving it to someone else. That's called communism. That isn't even called socialism. That's called communism. America knows what you're up to, and America has said enough. Enough. All right, I'm going to end this. I'm not even going to say what I normally say. I am proud that the Senate did what they did. My earlier show I did today, I said if they had the stones to do it, they should do it. And they did. Good for them. All right, everyone. Be safe. I might even catch you later tonight. Thank you.